Good morning. Welcome to a Sunday thought on this wonderful Sunday that has a little bit of snow on the grass outside my house today. I wanted to talk a little bit about an experience I've been experiencing in the last, 6 weeks, maybe a little bit longer, 2 months. It began when I would be looking out my window and I would think, oh, is it raining outside? And I'd look, and no, there was no rain. And I kept seeing this, like, I'm going to put my hand up and kind of just this falling down, just like soft rain. Didn't happen every day, didn't happen all the time, but every now and again I would see this rain coming on down. I was in the Vancouver area visiting my son. I flew down for a day just to touch base with the family, and I was sitting in their living room and I looked out the window and I said, "Is it raining outside?" No, Nana, it's not raining. And I said to my son, I don't know, I keep seeing this rain in the air when I look outside. And he looked out, and he is my son. So he said, you know what, Mom? I can see it. I said, well, yeah. So anyway, I came back home, and sure enough, every now and again, there'd be rain coming down. So I began to question this in my mind. Now, I have found when I ask a question like that, life, you might say, circumstances, whatever, I get an answer. And I began to I got an answer this way. I was listening to Laurie Ladd, and she does really, really wonderful little talk, some bigger talks from her guides, and she's just full of light and love, as we'll say, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. And she said, there's a lot of light falling on this planet right now. A tremendous amount of light. And I went, I wonder if that's what I'm seeing, the light coming down. So I began to think a lot about what we have done in the metaphysical, and I'll add the New Thought movement in there as well. We often, and you'll see it on Facebook, they'll say light and love, or sending light, sending love. And very often what we've done is equated light to equal love. And for me in particular, that was really important, because I truly believe this planet generates this feeling of love. And part of our destiny here, you may say, is to be able to connect to that love source. But I began to see in a different way. And again, another answer. This last Friday night, I did a session, I should say, not a series, a session on channeling your guide. And I had 5 people that were attending. I usually do 6, but we only have 5, that's fine. And in one of the channels, and it's not me that talks in channeling, I get out of the way, and each person's guide comes through and gives them a message and answers questions that they may have. And one of the concepts came in and to the person, and something that I realized in retrospect, that a guide I had and worked very closely with for many, many, many years had sort of alluded to this, but I had forgotten because through circumstances and many other things that had happened and come away. So anyway, it was about a power source that we have inside of ourselves. And I began to recognize that light also means power. And again, another issue that Laurie Ladd sent, also about our personal power, how we were lights, and how she had been taken out, and looking back down, and all the lights that we have and that we generate. And sometimes we forget that we're like a little dynamo inside, and that we are lit up and just love a real sense of who we are. And it was really interesting in this last couple of months to be able to begin, for myself even, to come back into remembering. And that's a good word, remembering that we have this power within us that is seen as a light, that we are light. Now, does our light shine brightly? or is it dimmed? As mentioned before, there's a lot of fear in the collective consciousness right now about what's happening, what's going on, where are we heading, what is happening. And the key here is to remember that we are a light, and our thinking aids and supports that light. Our knowingness of our reality, of what we are choosing. I'm like everybody else. I can get caught up in things. I can get passionate about this, that, or the other. But often life will remind me that the key is within. The key is in that knowingness. And I know that quote unquote rain that I was seeing, once it was confirmed that there was energy coming down that wasn't weather, it was an energy that's being put in. It's up to us. You have to bring forward, so into yourselves, to reinforce that essence that you are part of it all, that you are all that there is and all that it was. So a different concept of light could be equals power, your personal power. Are you in your personal power? So I'm not going to ask you to be looking and seeing the rain, the light that's coming on down. But I do want you to remember that there is tremendous love in this planet for you to utilize, number one. And also that light within you represents your personal power. Are you living it? Are you exhibiting it? Are you being with it? Are you all that you can be? I want you to have a great week. I want to thank you. And I thank you especially for the people, because I'm live streaming onto Facebook. I figured it out how we're going to do that. And they're guiding comments. Unfortunately, I can't talk and type at the same time, and there's just me. And I want to thank you for the comments that you're putting on the side. I want you to thank you for the likes that you've got up there, like Anfitha and love. I so appreciate that. I want you to also know, of course, every Wednesday I do have up on Zoom, and I usually put it onto Facebook where I have. And also, I want to say that remember my website, www.normacowie.com. Sign up for the newsletter, find specials that are going to be going on. January's coming. Right now, I do have gift certificates if you need them. Do a little promo. Why not? Anyway, I want to thank you. Have a good week. Remember, you are a light. And that light is there to reinforce you, to bring you into all sorts of things, to allow, to know. I give thanks for you. Have a great week.